So we have multiple parallel lines or multiple transversals or both. So you're given one or two measurements in each example, and you have to figure out the rest of them. So in this first example, we have the measure of angle 5 is 82 degrees. So that's right here, angle 5. Is it frozen? Okay, sorry guys. So if angle 5 is 82 degrees, we can start looking at the angles around it. So these little arrows here, those are what tell you that these are parallel lines. It's telling you these three lines have the same slope. So that means that this line is the transversal. So right away we know that the vertical angle, angle 8, is also 82 degrees. So we can write that in. And all three of these angles would be corresponding angles because they're in the same position. So 7 and 9 are also 82 degrees. Sorry. Okay. So then the angles vertical from 7 and 9, 4 and 6, would also be 82 degrees. So now we just need to find out one of the others. So let's look at angle 1. If we know that angle 7 is 82 degrees, all you have to do is subtract 82 from 180. So this will be 98. So we know that angle 1 is 98 degrees. The corresponding angles to 1 are 2 and 3. Those are all going to be the same because they are corresponding angles. And the vertical angles from those, 10, 11, and 12, will automatically be 98. Oops, 9 should be 82. In example 5, the measure of angle 12 is 121, and the measure of angle 6 is 75. Now we have to start finding all of the others. So again, these two indicators tell you that those are the two lines that are parallel. The other two are transversals. So let's start with the vertical angles. 1 and 6 are going to be the same. So 1 is 75 degrees. And then 7 is vertical from 12. So 7 is 121 degrees. So now let's find angle 11 by subtracting 121 from 180. So that's going to be 59 degrees for angle 11. Vertical from that is angle 8, also 59 degrees. What is the corresponding angle to angle 11? 4. So that one's also 59. And then vertical to angle 4 is angle 3, also 59 degrees. What about a corresponding angle to angle 6? 14. So that's 75. And then angle 9 is corresponding to angle 1, or it's also vertical to angle 14. So it's going to be 59. Sorry, 75. Okay, so now we need to find out 2 and 5 and 10 and 13. So here we have a linear triple. So the total of all three of those will be 180. So we need to subtract 59 and 75. So 180 minus 59 minus 75. And that'll give us the measure of angle 2. So that's going to be 46. So 2 and 5 will be the same because they're vertical. And the last one we need to figure out would be 10 and 6. So we know that 6 and 10 are same side. No, not same side. Sorry, these are the two parallel. Oh yeah, they are. Same side interior angles. Okay, so they are supplementary. 6 and 10 are going to be supplementary. So what's the measure of angle 10? $105. And then also 13 will be 105. Okay. The measure of angle 7 is 38 degrees. We're on the example 6 now. So angle 7 is here. So we know that 5 is also 38 degrees. Remember, these are the two parallel lines here because of those little triangles on them. So we have two parallel lines and two transversals. So what angle is corresponding to angle 5? 13. So 13 and 15 are 38 degrees. What's the measure of angle 6? 180 minus 38 for the measure of angle 6. And angle 8, 142 as well. The corresponding angles would be 14 and 16. Okay, the measure of angle 10 is 102. So the measure of angle 12 is 102. The corresponding angle is 4, and vertical to that is 2. So 2 and 4 are also 102. And so that means that 1, 3, 9, and 11 are what? 78. Okay, last one. Here are the two parallel lines. Everything else is a transversal. So, measure of angle 2 is 41 degrees. The measure of angle 5 is 94 degrees. And the measure of angle 10 is 109. So what's the corresponding angle to angle 10? 7. And so now that we know angle 7, what would angle 6 be? 71. All right, what would be the measure of angle 4? 86, yeah. What other angles can you find from what we're given right now? Angle 3, what's the measure of angle 3? Well, yeah, what's the measure of angle 3? 53. And how did you find that?
4, 2, and 3 equal 180 degrees.
4, 2, and 3? Oh, because 1 and, okay, yeah, there we go. 86. So now you know that 3 is 53. Okay, what about 8 and 9? Is there a corresponding angle to angle 6?
We'll take 9 or 4 together.
Right. Okay, so how can we find 8 and 9?
If you add 2 and 7 and subtract that from 180.
If you know that, right? Because we haven't talked about the fact that there's 180 degrees in a triangle. You are right. But what's another, there's another way we can know the measure. Specifically, I'll tell you, you could find the measure of angle 9 without knowing there's 180 degrees in a triangle. So which relationship is it?
2.
Angle 2. What's the relationship between angle 2 and angle 9? They are alternate interior angles, which means they are the same measure. And once we know angle 9, we just subtract that from 71 because we know that 6 and that whole thing are the same. So we know that this is 30 degrees. Okay, today's practice is back here on paper, and